guess I could get the keys this time around. I forgot the toolbox. I'm terrible today. The toolbox.
You ought to be.
Yeah, I think I ought to be here. You think you ought to be here? Oh, what the hell is with these guys? We're gonna go under the assumption that we can wreck this thing. There's no ammo here. Jesus. Okay, we're gonna go under the assumption we could wreck it. We could wreck him, so he ain't gonna Nova me. I don't think. Oh yeah, I forgot about those guys. Those guys don't mean crap if this guy ain't here. Yep. I think if they do, like I said, like maybe do a small section. You know how, like, see, I'm revisiting this area. Instead of me doing this and then putting more missions in this area, just put some missions, like, you know, for one character. Like I said, for Axton to start in Lynchwood, and then you have missions he starts in Lynchwood, and then other characters, you know, Salvador starts kind of like you know, joining up with Brick to get more information about these vaults and stuff, you know, and Brick tells him not to worry about it, but if you really, you know, worry about it, go see the Crimson Raiders, and then you could go to Sanctuary. You know, I think that would be a lot cooler and give a little randomness, and not be so like, oh, I gotta do the exact same thing with another character. I hate getting up here. Sometimes I get stuck. I'm not good at jumping in first-person shooters.
Stay still.
Stop throwing that axe. My shield is getting behind. Probably got to replace it pretty soon. That's something I see noobs kind of doing too. They get stuck on a piece of gear and they hold on to it for like 14 levels, and then they're like, oh, the game's getting hard. No, the game ain't got any harder. You just ain't upgraded your weapons at any time. And see, like, if I want to do this in one playing where the ammo's all gone, you come back here through a second set of missions and there's no damn ammo. You have to save and quit and respawn all the ammo. Make ammo. If there's new enemies here respawning, make the ammo respawn too. Don't make it people constantly have to, like, game the game. It's like a game. As soon as you leave an area, all the chests respawn. I mean, all the stops there. Let all the chests respawn with the enemies. You know, like, put more nodes everywhere. Like, put nodes of ammo every freaking where, and then only make like half of them active at a time. And then, like, when you open one out, like, and you load the area, like, this one would disappear, but maybe one over here would load in. You know, and then every time you respawn, they're in different areas. I think that would be a cool thing. And then same thing with chests. Make them all have. Make them all the characters start in different areas. Is he invincible right now? Because I just ran out of ammo. He's gonna put me down.
Stop.
A little health coming back. Let my shield come back. What you doing, son? Trying to crit them arms off. Crit you to death, son. I was wondering where those stupid things went. I didn't see them. Normally they try to heal him, but Didn't seem like they were trying to heal him. It seemed like they just went over the cliff and hid. I forgot what the vertical grip on an assault rifle does. Oh, I need to kill these. I wasn't paying attention.
Whatever, I don't need ammo.
You got to get out of here, son, with that grenade. Don't you see that big dude trying to kill me? Oh, I'm out of ammo on that, too.
That wasn't so difficult.
He's not turning out well. Okay, what do I have left? I got SMG, so let's switch out to an SMG while I get a little, make the enemies drop. I'm out of ammo on that, so let's switch that out to an SMG.
No getting away from us!
I'm wondering if some of my saves for mods that I installed mods after I started to save is being affected different than a brand new save started with all the mods installing. Okay. Oh, the key is up here. I didn't get the key up here.
Cover that one!
I think I got the one by where I saved Borderlands. We'll find out when we get this one. Badass.
Another challenge completed.
Okay, yeah, I did get the one by Rolling. I'm pretty sure I got this vault symbol. I don't remember if I did or not. I hope they do more of the vault symbol hunt. I don't even mind some of the jumping puzzles, like secret chest, but you gotta know how to grenade jump. I wouldn't mind some of that stuff. You know, kind of cater to the fans, the real true fans. Some of the true fans would always form the chest on the top of New Haven. And then a lot of people wouldn't even know they were up there because they never would parkour up there. You didn't have to grenade jump, but there were some chests that were quicker and easier to get if you would grenade jump. You had to make less chests. And then there's a couple, I think, developers chests you need to know how to grenade jump to get to. Like, that may have been an accident on Borderlands 1, but sometimes your accidents is what people like. Look at this fool. Too many more of those guys, I'm gonna be in trouble. Wanna throw a grenade at me, son?
You
Rat
won't
crap.
enjoy this.
He said I was nothing but rat crap. Rat. I've never heard that line before. You're nothing but rat. It sounded like he said rat crap. Killed like 3 of them in one grenade. He's on fire. He's gonna die.
Enough.
You know, a little bit of randomness and like some of the dialogue, like I said, saying, am I gonna have to shank a bitch to Maya? That's kinda, you know, I know it's Tiny Tina and I understand Tiny Tina and all that stuff, but it seems a little rude to Maya. To Gage, it kind of seems like teenage girls, you know. To Salvador, it's just like, what? Weird, that's weird. And then to Krieg, that's really like, you gotta be psychotic to call Krieg a bitch. And, you know, I know that's Tiny Tina's
Always
lingo, but you know, a few extra lines here and there. I was thinking like lines where, like to acknowledge like imagine delivering just a generic line to any character, and then to zero you'd say, like, you'd use the he pronoun to him, and you'd say, like, if it wasn't for the, you know, he really saved our ass, and then that was just a generic line, but then at the end of it, like, somebody else would look over to him and say, you're a he, right? You know, just acknowledge that, you know, you are a he, right? Or human for that matter, you know, just acknowledge that that Zero is something different. You know, acknowledge that Gage is a little girl. Gage shouldn't acknowledge that she's a little girl. A teenage girl would be the last person to acknowledge that they're a teenage girl. And just something to make the dialogue. It wouldn't cost that much. It's just a little bit of creative writing. You know, or just let the lines, once you record them, you know, just let some normal people do them and then let them play out and see how they fit into the story and see if that comes off sarcastic, and, you know, make some, you know, some lines would be funny. Sometimes might would come off sarcastic, and it would kind of, one thing that would do is it would do a lot of lore building, because if different characters started at different areas and had different perspectives, jeez, what is with these shield guys? I need to put him on a leash.
So that's that.
Yeah, I'm going there. Maybe not. I think a lot of noobs come from games that have shields, and they just automatically think, well, in this game, you know, 10 hits on my shield, and then once my shield goes down, it's only 1 or 2 hits. In this game, your shield takes almost the same damage that you take. I mean, the numbers don't lie. I mean, the guns are doing, you know, if they're normal damage guns and they're doing 40 damage, it's going to take 10 shots to take my shield down, and then if I got the same amount of health, it's going to take the same amount. And people don't, I think a lot of noobs don't realize, or I keep saying noobs, but just new players. It's not really polite. But, you know, you can not, you know, don't say because Borderlands is a shooter, it's like all other shooters. Don't drag your drama from other games into a new game. Anytime you play a new game, you want to say, what is the rules and how is this different? You know, what is the same and what is different? Well, in Borderlands, shields, you know, they don't mean as much as in Borderlands 1, but they still mean a lot. They still, the damage comes off your shield before it comes off your health, and then once it starts coming off your health, it's going to go away quick. So you're in trouble at that point. So
It is unfortunate the mutants
nice
could not be
rock
tamed.
salt.
They would have been...
The rock salt, like Bandit in general was garbage, and then the rock salt to me was only one of the good guns, because being a Jacob's barrel, it's in the 50 percentile range, so it's better than most. Like, look at this thing, 17.3, and that's good for that gun. The rock salt's kind of in the 50% range, and then look at the reload on this, 4.5, and that's not too bad. And this is 2.3, 12 in the mag. You know, the rock salt's actually a pretty good gun, especially if you get in the element. But yeah, don't, if you're new to Borderlands, don't take.
Can't nothing stop us.
Play the game, learn the game, learn the mechanics of the guns first, learn the mechanics of the different shields. I remember when I played, I didn't understand the concept of roid. I know it says on the card that it deals roid damage, and I was like, what is that? Like some like chaos damage in other games, you know? And that would be an example of taking your... No, actually get a roid shield, learn how to use the dang thing. When it goes down, you just smack somebody and it adds extra damage to it. And then amp is just the same thing, but you're just doing it with your gun, and if your shield is full, it comes off the shield first. you know, learn how to play the game, learn how to, and then don't underestimate these action skills. Like with Maya without her action skill is nothing. Zero without his action skill is not very much. Krieg can be played without his action skill if you know how to do his gun builds. I do not. I suck at it. I basically use guns to keep me alive while I'm waiting if I miss my release the beast. And you know, play with some of these guns. Like I said, the first gun I got was an Infinity, and I saw the one magazine size, and I'm like, well, it's a legendary. I'm gonna keep it. But I probably won't use it, and I never fired a single shot out of an Infinity in my first legendary, and then sold it because I saw one magazine size. How could that be good? One shot with low damage, and then 1.7 reload, and then another, you know, shot, and then 1.7. That can't be good, but you don't know until you fire it. Like if you hate banded shotguns, the Rock Salt's one of the best shotguns you could get at this level. I mean, look at a reload on that thing, man. That thing's pretty badass. It's got decent damage. What has he got? Oh, he's got,
things need to be. Have you heard of these insect things called Varkins?
Yeah, okay, shut up and give me the thing.
Buggers, that's a
Shut up and give me the thing.
Will morph if they take
Give me the thing!
Could you take this evolutionary injector, please?
Like, give the thing to the person and then let them listen to him over the echo.
While they're in
that cocoon state, hit them with the injector.
I didn't give any iridium, did I?
Why'd you bought something yet?
Yeah, I've been packing up with the iridium. Okay, what do we want? We ran out of grenades and we couldn't kill those shielded nomad guys, so we want more. And then I'm short to get anything else.
Where are you, Scrabber? Scrabber!
1 second. Little bitty jump cut, but if editing me does his job right, you probably won't even notice it. If I can match the frames rate, or the sun didn't kind of like dramatically change. But yeah, don't like bring preconceptions because Borderlands is an air quotes looter shooter. Okay, well, it's a shooter, so it's like every other shooters. It's about getting loot. Yeah, but it's also a RPG shooter, which a lot of shooters have nowadays. They start to put skill trees and stuff, but they're not really going as deep as Borderlands. And what makes Borderlands great is that you could play through this and mess it all up and then go back and respec it and try it again. Other games you have to like re-roll new characters and stuff. Oh, I gotta go take it to Marcus. Let's see. Marcus gives me a gun. I do need a new shield, but it's gonna be an absorb shield, and it's gonna be talking, and it's gonna be annoying. So if it's good, let's be safe and go get the gun. It's gonna be. This is another gun that I think is stupid.
If you got the money, I'll save your gall-darn life.
It's just marginally, like, it's the exact same thing. If you find the exact same parts, TDO or blue gun at the same level, it's gonna be the exact
You want this AI
same
thingy in a gun?
gun.
Fine,
They didn't raise
but just
the
this
stats.
once.
They didn't do anything special to it. All they did was make it talk. And like that's cool for like collecting and stuff. Instead of having a TDR gun with the exact same specs that don't talk, you got a TDR gun with the exact same specs that does talk. But you know, it's a red text gun. It should be a little bit better.
Welcome to Dr.
Make it halfway
Zed's
closer to
Portable Clinic.
purple, or
What can I
give
do
it some
for
kind of
you?
special ability, like randomly,
Be careful out there.
adds a bullet back in your or whenever you switch out to it, it automatically reloads for you or something. Just any little thing. Don't just give me a gun
What you want?
that's like, oh, I'm the
You know
exact
where
same
to
as
find
this
me.
gun, but I talk. That's not a usable feature in the game. And I think that's where some people get aggravated. It's like, oh, look, this loot. Oh, it's a cool shotgun, exactly like the other shotgun, exactly like it, except it talks. And then, like, the Bane is a good gun. The Bane is a good gun, but it's unusable because you can't move. You know, I know Borderlands is supposed to be comical, but I think that when you go and you get a landscaper and it's like, this is a piece of garbage, and then you go and do a mission and get a Bane, that's a piece of garbage. You go and get a this 1340 shotgun and it's like, it's exactly the same as another shotgun, any Tediador shotgun, which isn't very good, and all it does is talk. I hope they, like, I kind of find that, like, all the healing comms are a little bit too low for their level. I find that, like, a lot of relics are stupid and useless. Like, nobody uses fight for your life relics. The Marcus relic, which is the lucre of opportunity, is shop timer. Reduces the shop timer for it to change the shops. Now, if you have a shop mod and you want them to change, that'd be cool, but if you got a shop mod, then you could just boost the lucrative opportunity to where it would redo even faster. But see, like, I can't get nothing better than a level 6 because these are all leveled.
Much fun. Check
And,
back later to see my new
you know,
weapon
having the shop timers is, like, I know Marcus is cheap, supposed to be cheap, and so your reward is to buy stuff quicker. But it doesn't really help you out in the game because, you know, if I honestly was farming, which you can't really farm, at least the first playthrough, because all the vendors are locked to whatever level first, whatever that level, that area is, that's what the vendors are locked to. And so you can't really farm vendors, so that thing's useless for the first playthrough. What are you gonna do? Go farm that vending machine over there for the best level 6 you can get out of it, or a level 6 legendary? And then it doesn't really do any good because the shop timers take 20 minutes to redo, and the relic only does a few percent. It knocks it down to like 17 or 18 minutes. It's like, oh great, thanks, you know. That's not really. It's so much easier to just save and quit, reload, check the vending machine, save and quit, reload. That thing's a piece of crap. Like, lucrative opportunity's not even worth doing the mission for. And then it's up against the slow hand, which is a really, really good shotgun that heals you. Like, on its own, it's a good shotgun. If it was just a standard Hyperion shotgun, it'd still be a good-ass gun. And then on top of that, it heals you. And, that lucrative opportunity is a piece of crap. I replaced it. I found somebody who did a mod that turns it into ammo regen. And it's like, so it's like, okay, you did a favor for Marcus, he gives you a bullet every now and then. That kind of makes sense, you know, so that's what I went with. They got one that changes it to movement speed, and I was like, nah, that's kind of dumb. Why would Marcus make you move faster? That's stupid. I mean, if you kind of went with, like, wordplay, it's like everything must go, so you move faster, but it's a stretch. So, I didn't take that. I took the bullet, the ammo regen, because as a solo player, the only way that any character in this game can regen ammo is have a Salvador playing with you, or playing as Salvador. And if you're not playing as Salvador and you're playing solo, you can't regen ammo. So I've gotten a couple of them, and I think I've got like a 1.0, 1 bullet a
You'll have to
second,
signal our man.
and I've got like
I
a
bet anything he's
0.6 and a
sleeping off hangover, so you'll
0.4.
have to wake him up.
So it seems
The
like
sound of some
maybe a
barkeys burning alive at the
reduced.
same time ought to do it.
All it is the
They'll
code
find it, right?
from a reduced Salvador Porter class mod, just added onto a com. And
If you got the money, I'll save
my
your
opinion,
gold
it's a lot
life.
better. See that scaling's better on that shield. The amp damage is 200, but it only draws 50, which lets the shield still be a 550 shield, which is better than what I'm currently using. So the scaling on the shields have got fixed, and then
Catch you later.
so they're more valuable for sniping, and then let's see, what do we have? We got
Thanks for the
we know this
scratch.
ammo, and then we need to
May
get
it keep
rid
you
of.
safe in your travels.
We don't have SMG
Carving
ammo.
out Emptor. Nothing like a good sale.
Yeah, that definitely borked. I gotta figure out how to make the mods.
Pleasure doing business.
Either they're not running together, or for some reason it's kicking out some mods. I don't know exactly what it's doing, but I will figure it out. Okay, this is level 9. Never used you. If you're level 9, you got to go. Cutting off. We're cutting off in the 9s, except for class mods and relics, which we don't have yet. And the Borderlands 1 relics mod, Borderlands 1 vending machines.
Farewell, friend. Get your health and shields right here.
In the pre-sequel, the grenade vending machines had the Oz kits, which replaced relics. So it looks like Aaron took or it's not Aaron did that mod, I don't think. The link said the description. He copied the code from the pre-sequel and put relics in the vending machines, and I thought that was like just fantastic. Like I said, it was make vendors great again. There was just too many purples and blues. But I wouldn't mind having like white mods and stuff like
Now
that,
you should be
because
able to burn some Varkins.
a relic hasn't even dropped yet, which I think they're kind of like, I don't know why they're not dropping, but you don't even need a gun, a fire gun to do this mission. I want to get Mordecai woke, because I want him to slag these stupid bastards. Because there's a few enemies that got buffed, like badass stalkers. You could just melt them. They're huge, and you could just melt them. They got bigger hitboxes, so they should have way more health, and then they just don't have any health. And they buffed them, and I still think they're too weak. Like, you still melt badass stalkers. It's like, why am I melting badass stalkers?
Well done. Now, set some more on fire before that.
What do you mean, Roland? Are you crazy, son? I'm ace at this game. All the little cheats and tricks. I did it with an electric gun.
So loud. So angry.
Like, this mission is kind of hard because when
So
you
dead.
first get fire weapons, you don't really have good elemental chance. The spawn rate has been increased, so you can get from their what is it? The big freaking market.
Celebrated a little too hard last night after Bud
In your
and I
game,
died.
it's single player. So these batches
That right, Blood?
turn into adults really quick now because the rate has been increased.
Easy, girl. So, the Hyperion train is speeding through the Tundra Express. If my intel's good, and it usually is, the vault key itself might be on board. My advice? Do what I do. Steal the key, get drunk, pass out. Without the vault key, Jack can't control the
Where you going,
warrior.
son?
You gotta hijack that train, soldier. My old friend Tina can help.
Vargas is jumping up to get him. That's funny. Yeah, when the missions, like, your weapons are so crappy, it's hard to get, like, fire damage on them. I do need that fire weapon. Because these bastards are gonna freaking own me if I don't get a fire weapon. But Mordecai's slagging this.
Please bring me a sample of that Varket's corpse, if you would. If we're to defend against these buggers, there's that pun again, we must know all we can about them.
So, yeah, this mission can be difficult because you gotta try. I think you have to get 3 of them on fire at the same time.
Good luck.
And if you try to use this button where you push this and then you gotta stay like right here so you don't catch fire, or you gotta run out, but then they just run after you. And if you got fire weapons that's got a low ignite chance, a lot of times you're just trying to apply bullets trying to get the ignite, and then they just burn alive. I mean, they die before they go out. I mean, they die before you could get an ignite chance to happen. And then once you're spec'd into like flicker and all that stuff, and you spec into all your damage skills, did Mordecai kill him before I can eject him, or was that him and I just didn't get his pod? I think I got him. The secret to these bastards is just make sure you wait Mordecai first, and so he can slag them for you, and then just bust them up with fire. But once you spec into all your skills and you go through like 3rd and 4th playthrough, them bastards, you kill them, you just look at them and they die. And so it's hard to do it then too. Okay, Mord, get him.
Enough.
Wow, what was that? Was that Mordecai hitting him again, or was that that bitch?
Oh, I enjoyed that.
Is that a cryo? Oh yeah. Oh, I didn't want to kill that. I wanted to inject it. Like that killer instinct where I just kill every damn thing. That reminds me of some of the things I see noobs do lately. When you're low level, you know, you get a new game and you're like, okay, cool, and you kill at everything that moves. That's cool and stuff. But you know, when you're like level 25 and you're going back through 3 Horns Divide, them level 6 bullymongs are not going to give you any experience. They're just going to waste your ammo, and your ammo is going to cost increase as your level increases. But so basically, if you're killing everything that moves, you're just basically wasting time. And know that if you're in a car, killing a level 6 bullymong only gets you like half the experience. So yeah, you basically get 0 experience. Stop wasting your own time. Unless you like one of those people who like to be super overpowered. But those people never really leave normal mode, or they get bored because the game is too hard. Buddy? Oh, you. I don't know why so many of those shielded guys. Are they killing themselves on my what? Level freaking 12 shield? It's acid, so it only does like 60% of the card damage. Shouldn't be killing them that easy. I do need a new sniper, but that's not a good one. Oh, stock. Oh, that's a bandit stock. That's the, I think, reload or stability accessory. Okay, so we got nothing.